What's going on, guys? Welcome back. If this isn't your first time, if it is, then I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I am gonna go over gold and also some fundamental analysis with you guys. So we're gonna jump right into it. Not gonna waste any time, but before we do, uh, I do have to say, for legal purposes, I am not a financial advisor, and this is not any financial advice. All of this is for entertainment purposes only. And yeah, if you haven't yet, I appreciate if you could just give this a thumbs up, drop a comment, and subscribe if you haven't yet. So I'm going to continue to do these videos for you guys to provide some value and also show you how I translate fundamental analysis onto the charts and use technical analysis to continue to catch these moves as we flow with the market. So let me just go ahead and share my screen real quick. We'll break all this stuff down in a sec. So on Friday, the University of Michigan put out this consumer responses to inflation report, and this is important right now to understand where we are in the market, because we got to understand what's going on with the dollar, and if like inflation is being controlled or it's getting out of hand, and how the feds are gonna go ahead and respond to it, right? So when this data came out on Friday, this second paragraph is what pretty much stood out to me, was that year ahead inflation expectations receded for the fourth month straight, falling to a 4.0% in January from 4.4% in December. So even though it was a small adjustment there, it was still some small minor improvement, um, because inflation is going down, not aggressively, but it is being controlled, right? Everything is still overpriced, everything is still expensive, but comparing it to previous data, there is some improvement. So as inflation is going down, that indicates that the dollar is getting stronger, because it's gaining back its purchasing power. So that's something to keep in the that's something to keep in mind as we take this information onto the charts, right? So why is this even important? This consumer sentiment even important, or what does it even mean? Basically, the consumer sentiment is a economic indicator that measures how optimistic consumer feels about their finances and the state of the economy, right? So in the US, consumer spending makes up a majority of economic output as measured by the GDP. That's why how consumers are spending um is very important to the dollar, and also how this also affects gold, right? So paying attention to this article that came out, or data that came out, we take this information onto the charts, right? So when I look at the charts, I'm always starting off on the highest time frame. Could be the monthly, but this there's more information on the weekly. So I did draw some key zones. The reason for that is, if you can see that at the zone that we're currently in right now, there's been a lot of rejections from it. We got support, resistance, support, with all these wicks that are happening over here. So there is some chance that this can be a strong resistance level, depending on what's, of course, happening on a small time frame. But taking that information the from what the University of Michigan had put out, if inflation is going down and the dollar is gaining strength, and the dollar is gaining back its strength slowly, there is signs that uh this gold can start making its way down. not ending the bull run, but what we would be catching is possibly a pullback because it had already broken through supply levels um previously, right? So it just kept going up, breaking through supplies. So what we can possibly be seeing is a retest and then continuation on its way up. So going down going down to a small time frame on the daily what I like to look on a daily is where's that on a bull market, where's that last where's that last where's that last demand level that was created in the market. And we can see this demand level that was created with this doji candle, right? Because price came up to this level, consolidated a bit, and then pushed away from it. So this area is definitely going to be important as price, if price decides to come, down into this zone, right? And as of right now, we haven't created a really a level of resistance. So it's still being early in the week. It is Sunday. This can still make its way up before it start making its way back down. On the going down to the H4 time frame, I'm doing the same thing as where I'm looking for demand levels. I'm looking for demand levels uh that were last made in the market as I go on smaller time frames. So looking at this and understanding fundamentals and understanding the news that just came out, if the dollar could possibly gain its strength back, then we can respect this key level or this key zone and make our way back down. The only way that I'm gonna go ahead and start taking sells is if price decides to start creating a downtrend, which is making new lower lows and new lower highs. Because if it comes down and breaks through the demand level, but the support level is respected after, then price can still, reverse and make its way and continue its way up because we are still in a bull market, right? So for me, the only way I'll go ahead and catch sells is if it start making new lower lows, and then I'll go ahead and scale in to get in on a lower high and then make our way back down into this daily demand level. And then that's where I'll go ahead and readjust myself to see if we can continue or if we're going to break through this demand level as well. But even on the H4 time frame, we haven't created any type of resistance. So like I said, this can still make its way up and then start coming down. There is a lot of speculations as well to keep in mind that the U.S. Federal Reserve could shift to less aggressive interest hikes after this data had came out on Friday. So if they're planning on doing that, then that's also on the table to understand that they're doing everything pretty much slowly as they don't want to do this too fast or too slow where the inflation rate goes shoots straight down or inflation shoots straight up. Like they're doing this in a orderly fashion way, if that makes sense. But all of that just to say, on the H4 time frame, I am just gonna wait for resistance to be created and see how we react, making its way back down. Now, if it just decides to break through and make its way up, anywhere where price decides to make a level of consolidation, and then like it did before, where it consolidated when we talked about last video, where it consolidated and then make its way up, I could probably wait for that. Or if it just makes if it does just continue its way up into the next key zone, then there's really no trade to be taken. As far as my trading style, I like to look for structure first and then scale in. But if it's one move straight up, then I don't even try to force myself to get in there. So just basically just waiting is the best bet. But with that news, like I said, that's just something to keep in mind that I'm paying attention to, which why I think that would probably could be start going down. The market could start going down on gold. So that's pretty much it. I'm not gonna make this any much longer. I do want to say that if you are if you made it up to this part of the video, in the link in the description below, I'll go ahead and leave you guys with the Forex fortune guides, which is if you're a new trader or you're looking to understand this at a better and higher level, then I recommend go ahead and grabbing that. I'll give you guys a special 20% off. So you guys can it's a simple ebook. It has 10 chapters, and it basically gives you uh it basically just gives you the expectations of what it's going to be like learning this skill set. So it's a great read, and it's a simple read. And really, before you dive into doing this and planning to do this long term, really sit down with yourself and go over this go over this Forex fortune guys, because it gives you realistic expectations, and also create helping you create the trader's mindset to start developing these skills and learning how to maximize uh the charts and making profit from them. So that's it. I am gonna cut the video. Appreciate you guys again hopping on. If this was helpful, if this was some good information, go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know what you got out of it. And let me know if you did make some money from gold this week. So I'm happy to hear that from anybody. So thank you guys again. I appreciate you guys hopping on. I am officially done.